Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night, where tonight, live and exclusive and somewhat crazy in terms of what's going on. We are here on Top Split TV. Myself, Alex McKellar. The chaotic one is causing chaos. He's not here. I don't know where he is. And we're doing a lot of things on the fly at the moment because my usual overlay software is balked. And my usual commentating partner in crime is AWOL. But I've got a very special guest here. He's one of the clowns. He's Mr. Doug Robson. Welcome, Doug. Let chaos ensue. We'll get this done, I'm sure. But welcome aboard, mate. Thanks for stepping in late notice. Great to have you.
Mate, fantastic to be here. If the previous race was heading to go by 2x2, 3x2 action into a lot of corners, it's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, he's hoping, mate. He's hoping. I'm trying a few things now with last-second overlay stuff. Got beautiful cameras from Pim once again. So at least we got half of things going for us anyway, mate. But let's go check out who's here. Interestingly, it's been a massively popular track, but some of the big names staying away. We've got a 19-car field here tonight led by car number 1, Adam Miles. Great to see Adam back again as he's warming his tyres up the back of the Kemmel Straight. Sam Devantia, the cowboy himself, joins us once again. Car number 2 here. 2 of our drivers over the 9K mark in terms of I rating. Car number 3, Tim Hendrickson, the Flying Dutchman of Team Torpedo. He has got plenty of pace here like many other places indeed. Car number 4 here tonight, Captain 499, Mr. Neil Gardner, after a podium earlier in the season. Is backing up tonight as car number 4. Action aplenty surrounds Adrian Farinas Rodriguez, who is car number 5 here tonight. Fantastic ability to cut through a field when the opportunity presents and is required. Great pace, can race. Hopefully we see that, all that and more here tonight. Car number 6 is Dario Frattini. He's usually for FPM Ovaltine. Chucked on a new livery during the week. He's a bit under the weather tonight, but he's out there nonetheless supporting the series, supporting the community. Your mate, Doug, the head clown, Vasco Swarovski's car number 7. He, excuse me, had a bit of a rough ride in a few races this week, but looking forward to getting out there and having a good red hot go at it. Car number 8 out there. Vasco is lucky number 7. Car number 8, Yannick Morale. Joins us once again. Yannick becoming somewhat of a regular here on a Sunday night, which is great. Jeff Decker, Elgato con La Pepita, I think it is, on Twitch. Jeff's a great guy. He's up in the wee crazy hours of the morning where he is, but he's been here with us a few times this season, and we're much better for it. Paul Smithers, who's done a lot of racing here this week's car number 10. Great to see Paul here. I don't think we've seen him too often, but we won't miss him tonight in that livery, let me tell you. Car number 11, Daniel Otuga, a name that I wouldn't have associated with being Danish, but he does sport that as his country of origin. So in the absence of the great Dennis Johansson, we've got another great Dane in the field here tonight in Otuga. Car number 12, Akira Nakajima, the lone Japanese driver in the field. He's been representing the Japanese drivers quite well this season. Not been here every week, but when he is, he gives it a red-hot go. Jurne Zorek is car number 13 out there tonight. Jurne's had up and down in terms of his luck so far this season, but back in action once again. Nico Sando on debut is car number 14. Haven't seen Nico before. A few folks sneaking into this one because of the lower strength of field, but Nico one of them. Adrian Brook, another one on debut, is car number 15. In the blue liveried Skippy. Car number 16 is Anthony Pang, another debutant, although Anthony has been racing a fair bit of the skips. Maybe not up there in the front runners, but certainly can handle himself with quality in this category. Aid Allen, another debutant here, is car number 17 out there tonight. Lawson Bandy, apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Car number 18 used to stream a fair bit, did Lawson, but not so much these days. Nice fella. Again, oh, look at the rear of that Skippy Singh as he gets it around this track, or the first of what will be only one flying lap. Jason Willman not taking the field, so to speak. And that is top to tail of our field, Doug. Plenty of quality out there. Expecting to see a fair bit of action as well.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's good to see Nakajima back. We'd love to see more of the Japanese guys back, but I tell you, the Euro guys really bring a great flavour of racing and a pretty happy crowd when it comes to the chat during the race. Back to you, Alex.
Thanks, mate. Tim Hendrickson setting the fastest time with a 48.5. Frattini half a second behind. Sander some 2.2 seconds behind. It's going to show us a race in a few here. There'll be two separate, if not three separate races out there tonight, depending on how this field gets broken up. Just staying with our car number one, Miles, or these a long way from home. So maybe there's some other folks that we can follow. Here comes Sorosky now. He's going to cross the line. What can the head clown do as car number 7? Been strong in quali throughout the season and only good enough for 7th, Doug.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think it's not an unreasonable time. And in the previous race, he really avoided the accidents and came through nicely by avoiding people. So I think he's got a fair chance of being a podium tonight.
Yeah, he's hoping for his sake, mate, and I'm sure you'll be right backing him home as through the final chicane now comes car number 1, Adam Miles. I'm going to see Otuga now shows his class, drops it on the front row. What's Miles got for us as he crosses this? Oh, he's dropped it on pole. Beautiful. I'm waiting for Farinas, but he has not put in a lap. He's going to start from the back. We're going to see that skill that he's got coming through the field, Doug, that's for sure.
Well, it's going to be a challenge because, being a 4.2 soft, there's going to be a couple of, shall I call it, slower cars. So he's got to make sure he doesn't run into them or they get out of his way to get there. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's right. I think that is about everyone on the timing sheet. At least it's going to set a time here tonight. So as you see on your screen, our temporary, our makeshift overlays give you your grid here tonight. Adam Miles with a 2:48.3, which is an outstanding time. So I'm 2/10 ahead of Tim Hendrickson, Daniel Otuga, who we didn't see his pace the week before, or at Belle Isle last week, I should say, because he came up short. I'm not sure. I can't remember why, but we should see him hot to trot out there tonight. Akira Nakajima starts on the second row. That's an outstanding qualification effort from Nakajima. Dario Frattini out of 5th. 6th off the grid tonight will be Neil Gardner ahead of the Cowboy Sam Devantia, the two ANZ drivers looking to make their mark. Paul Smither starts out of 8th. Vasco Sorosky out of 9th. Jeff Decker out of 10th tonight. Joining him on the 5th row will be Yone Zorek. Yannick Morale out of 12th. Aid Allen out of 13th. Adrian Brook starts out of 14th tonight. On the 7th row alongside him will be Lauson Bandini. Nico Sanders starts out of 16th. Adrian Farinas Rodriguez out of 17th. Anthony Pang out of 18th. And starting last off the grid will be Jason Willman, who, as has been his wont, did not set a lap here tonight, Corey. Doug. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, call me Doug. But it looks like Fred the Flagman's keen to go, but there's a couple of cars just not right on the grid right now. But I think it's going to be exciting. The 2x2 or 3x2 action at the end of Keller Straight's going to be pretty fun. So it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, looking forward to it, mate. 8 laps around here. We will see some of the most amazing action these skippies can offer. The pack racing here has just been both amazing, astounding, mind-blowing and crazy at times. The insanity at different points this week's been incredible. But these guys will put on a show, mate.
The lack of crashing into each other has been good as well. So off we go.
Yeah, when you can get it, mate. Sometimes they crash into each other, but, that's just amongst friends, right? There'll be no red mist or steam or anything like that in these 8 laps, let alone the last couple at the end. But we'll see how we go. All right, the engines are starting to rev in excitement as it builds. And we're away for the first of 8 laps here this week for Sunday Night Lights. Round 10 of season 33 as they come in to take the first corner. Side by side by side by side they go. Looking to make the moves early. But of course the leader here, Adam Miles, is every chance that he will be swamped and totally swamped by the end of Kemmel. I can tell you, last race, and I don't know if you saw it as well, Doug, I saw 5 wide at the end of Kemmel Straight. A sight to behold, astonishing as it may have been.
Absolutely, it was impressive to see, and I think if it wasn't 5 wide, the next lap they were only 4 wide because they were being conservative. No, impressive. Here we go. We're going to be 3 at least wide, 3 by 2.
Yeah, we've got 3 coming in. There's 3, and then they're 2, and they're 3, and they pinch. Miles backs out, thinks better of it. Look at them. Here we go. A squadron of buzzing Skip Barbers come through at the end of Lacombe there. Beautiful run down the hill then into Rivage. This wonderful sweeping right-hander. If you look at the track map, it's essentially a 180-degree corner. It doesn't feel like it when you're going through it as we come down to No Name for the first time. This long snaking run of skippies showing us how it's done here tonight. Beautiful pictures once again. Thanks to Pim over at Cavaquet Racing. We may not be able to count on the overlays, but we can count on Pim to come through with some great pictures, that's for sure. Go check out the SNS broadcast over there at Cavaquet Racing on YouTube and on Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. Pim's been a great supporter of us this season with the cameras, and they always look great. As we come down towards the second half of this first lap, folks, moving. You can see, as I said, the pole sitter got swamped. He's now sitting in 4th, and not unusual to see that kind of rapid movement up and down the field with the nature of this circuit, Doug.
Absolutely, and because they're doing the 2 by 2 or 3 by 3 occasionally, yeah, there'll be the bank up, and then all the guys that are in 6th, 7th, and 8th, all of a sudden they're back on the back of the train. Yeah,
that's it, mate. And that's the thing. See, there's smart racing, and then there's just hard racing, and a lot of the guys who'll be racing hard, which means the guys who perhaps get dropped, as you say, early on, as the first run into the final chicane sees 2 by 2 everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Oh, there's lockups, but I think there's one that went around. Was it Maral? I think it was, and he's being pushed along. There. Sorry, mate.
He checked up a little bit early there. I don't think Swarovski had a chance, but not to run into him. I don't think it was intentional, of course. But when you're that close, sometimes this stuff happens.
Yeah, just watching the replay now. Oh, gosh, yeah. And last, it was Smithers who was sideways across the track by the time that Morale got there. And, yeah, then there was no joy in that one as the drivers. Now we go back to live pictures. And we'll grab a different camera angle for this one. Sorry, folks, my whole production's gone out the window with the overlays being down as we watch beautiful pictures there, but not the dynamic ones that I'm looking for. So we'll grab another shot. One of these camera packs that, oh, beautiful. They're up the Kemmel Straight. We've got, it looks like 3, it looks like 4. Some places it looks maybe like 3.5, I don't know. But, oh, there's definitely 3 in the midfield there of this front pack. 2 by 2, beautiful, sequential, Torval and Dean style acrobatics or ice dancing there through Lake Com this time round as the drivers still yet to sort themselves out through Rivage. Slowly getting line astern, Doug. These guys really showing what you can do in these cars.
Yeah, they're really showing respect for each other by, being very close and not running into each other. So there's respect given and respect taken. So it's great.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I could expect that the respect will perhaps still be there by the end, but so will the elbows as they try and get themselves sorted for the end of the biggest race of the week here tonight. It is Hendrickson leading them from Frattini. Frattini, very canny racer. His racecraft is outstanding. He won't be doing anything to jeopardise this potential breakaway, although only half a second behind or thereabouts is Adam Miles. And he's lightning fast at pretty much everywhere. So he won't be letting them get away while he's still in draft. Just behind them was Otuga, who I'm pleased to say is riding this up to his eyeballs. I expect big things from him. He's really strong, really capable racer, great pace. Not one that we've seen here very often, and we certainly haven't seen him up the front. But from what I've seen of his racing, Doug, again, another one with really good racecraft and knows how to both position his car and has great car control.
Maybe like Dario, he's one of those guys that drives the discipline of different cars and therefore has a little more feel about the difference between cars. Maybe that's his strength.
Yeah, it could be, mate. All I know is I've seen he and Dennis Johansson, the other Great Dane, put in some amazing races at different tracks at different points of the season. This front pack now extending down to P9 with Sam Devanti, the cowboy, on the back. Paul Smithers looking to recover from that earlier incident last lap. He's now leading this secondary pack. Straight in behind him is Zorek, Sorowski. Brook is trailing off the back a little bit by the looks of it. But Sorowski certainly looking to move forward. No, Brook's still in there. As meanwhile up the front, what are they going to do this time? This is like the
4 wide.
4 wide, beautiful. That's the answer to the question. They're going to try and make a 5 by the looks. As oh wow, as Farinas, is it moving forward? Yeah, it is. 3 wide. This time they go into Rivage. They rapidly make it 2 wide. Don't expect that to happen in the last lap. Let me tell you. Watched a race here earlier in the week, Doug. They went 4 wide into Rivage, and of course it didn't come out. They didn't come out 4 wide. I can tell you, not all of them came out. But we'll see what happens this time round. As again, 2 by 2 they go through Rivage. Beautiful driving there. It hasn't cost too much time. But interestingly, I said last lap about this time, or a little bit after, it was Hendrickson and Frattini looking to get away. But this time, it's Rodriguez who started, I think, 16th or 17th. He's now running second straight behind Otuga. Otuga was third last time round. So you can see the decks are constantly shuffled here at this track. And the thing for me, Doug, is strategy here is obviously very important. But there's so much going on. You've got to concentrate so hard, not only on getting around here quickly, as these guys do, but where you are in relation to the cars around you. What position am I in? When do I need to move forward? How do I move forward? Which parts of the tracks to take advantage of draft and overtaking? Where do I roll the dice and increase the risk of crashing by going 3, 4, 5 wide? There's so much going on, and they look so sedate as they go around so smoothly, Doug. I mean, it belies what's going on between the ears at this point of the race.
Correct. I watched a lot of the Bathurst 12 hour today and just saw the GT4 drivers doing exactly that. They are so aware, situationally aware of everything going on and the team, so it's good. It's great to watch.
Yeah, that's right. These guys, of course, don't have the benefit of a team in their ear with a radio and all the rest of it, but they're flying solo. As 2 by 2 they go pretty much everywhere on this track, as we just saw there. And these guys just nailing it time and time again. And believe me, as busy as this look with this pack of 9 cars and the pack of half a dozen you can see in the background trying to chase them down, this is the calm before the storm. You wait till the last, I reckon it's going to go off, if not 3 laps, certainly 2 laps to go. And this thing will be like Chinese New Year or the Lunar New Year celebrations that we will have seen around the world in the last week or so, mate. It's going to be big.
Absolutely. Start of lap 7 is where all bets are off, and off we go.
That's it, mate. But looking forward to that. But for now, again, bit of dress rehearsal, side by side. Oh, a bit of contact up Kemmel between Miles and Hendrickson. Yeah, Miles diving up the inside on the right-hand side of Kemmel as they come up into Rivage this time, into Lake Cobb this time round. Somehow they managed to get at least 2 by 2. There's no single file in this game here tonight. These boys are playing for keeps, and they're going to go 2 by 2 wherever they need to, so as not to sacrifice the important podium positions. Important at the end of the night, but important at the front too, because if you're buried deep in the midst of this, there's so much risk in getting around this place in the pack like this, that the front 3 is not only the safest, but it's where you want to be throughout the race. But again, the positions change so frequently, and not just one or two positions. You can lose half a dozen positions by the time you finish the Kemmel Straight and or come into the final chicane, or importantly exit the final chicane, Doug.
Yeah, I was surprised there. Dario was really wide on the exit of what I think you call it nowhere corner, and I'm surprised he didn't get a slowdown. But we've now gone really single file, so obviously we're heating up a little bit. Maybe there'll be a little bit of compression coming up, but this single file thing's starting to become a bit of fun.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sure these guys are having great fun. This sort of racing, you know, for most of them, it's like really appealing, because where else, what other category in iRacing do you see this kind of 3, 4, even 5 wide action lap after lap after lap, other than in the Skippy? And the quality of the guys in this pack mean that you can trust to the guys to put their car where they want to, where they need to, and 9 times out of 10 be able to control it as side by side they go again into the final chicane. Noah's Ark style this time. The first 3 rows, 2 by 2 by 2, in and out they go. Fantastic car control, epitomising what we were just talking about, as Devantier now cuts across to the what will be the outside of turn 1 at the source. But again, they're going to go 2 by 2. Now, in any other race of the week, you'd see nobody going 2 by 2 this frequently, but here they're all jostling and is trying to assert their dominance as best they can, trying to hunt out and retain the best position possible, Doug.
Absolutely. I mean, I can just make an apex and just make the exit. These guys are doing this and staying where they need to, half a track off position. It's impressive.
Yeah, that's it, mate. These guys know how to steer these things.
Here we go down Kemmel. We're 3 wide already.
Beautiful cameras once again showing almost 4 wide. Look in the background as well. You can see the guys in the background equally. And then 4 wide briefly as they come into Lacombe this time around. They still 2 by 2. What's that, 4, 5 deep almost, 2 by 2. As this pack continues to enthrall, as they are 9 deep. Couldn't have been 2 by 2. It's an odd number. It looks more than 9 though, doesn't it, Doug?
Absolutely. I mean, we're only on lap 5, but you know it's starting to get pointy. So, you know, another lap or 2 of this roundy. Tim, I think, is holding his position just to have a break, basically.
Potentially. Let's go see what's happening in this secondary pack. The Head Clown leads the way in 10th. Smithers behind Zorek and Brooke in tow. And I think Bandini might be hanging on the back as well. A few of the folks out the back, yeah, they're drifted off now. So it's really 2 races. I thought we might get more than 2 races out of this one. Races within races. I thought we might see 3, but we've got 2 big packs settled. And I tell you what, there'll be some teeth grinding in that second pack that they're not up with the front. But could you imagine there'd be, you know, 13 cars deep, and just mayhem. Not that 9 cars deep. With at the tail end of lap 5, we're about to start lap 6 as they go through the final chicane in about 20 seconds or so. 9, and I guarantee you, incidents notwithstanding, any driver in this front pack could win it. Sam Devantier in P7, multiple race winner. Farinas is into it up to his eyeballs in any given race. The only one that I think hasn't come close to winning is Nakajima, but like I said, any roll of the dice in this pack could come up trumps with a victory here tonight. As 2 by 2 again they go through the final chicane. Look at them. You can't separate them. Throw a handkerchief over the lot of this front pack, Doug.
Absolutely, and I think it's interesting. Adam Miles is, I think, intentionally holding back. He's just holding back off the back to Tim, just to measure him and say, where am I going to decide to do this in the later laps? He doesn't need to be in front right now. It's not the right position to be.
That's it, mate. And can I tell you, as they crossed the line that time round, the entire 9 of them was covered by just under 1.5 seconds. That's how tight this racing is. 9 cars. I mean, if you put them light astern, they're not going to be 1.5 seconds behind. I can tell you now, because they're pretty close to side by side everywhere. They're still, because they're going so, oh, the hip and shoulder in the middle of the Kemmel Straight. They're trying to make it 4-5 wide. They're 4 coming into Le Cobb this time round. Can they get it sorted? Otuga looks to take the lead around the outside. Goes Pratini. And again, 2 by 2 they go as they're still separated by 1 point. Well, they're up to 1.6 now with Nakajima just hanging off the back a bit. Spat out the back of that amazing action up Campbell. The elbows have started. I said what I say, 3 laps to go. That's about lap 6, isn't it? So I guess we weren't too far off, were we?
Absolutely, and I think it's interesting that Tim doesn't seem to do as well in that weird tight contest thing. You know, he needs his own space to do his thing. Not that he's not incredibly awesomely quick, but the traffic doesn't work in his favour.
Yeah, well.
And now he's got Sam on his back.
Sam, who's typically, this is Devantia, he's typically the one who sits back and bides his time, moves when he needs to move strategically, minimising his risk. Now he's decided with 3 to go that he needs to move forward, and that's what he's doing. He's 9/10 off the lead now, sitting there in P5, looking to move forward. Oh, look at it compress there, compress massively through 14 there, coming now to Paul Ferrer at 15. And the thing is, you are flat from turn 14, the previous right-hander, all the way down through Blanchimont into the final chicane here. Unless, of course, you go... I've seen him go 3 wide through Blanchimont, if you can believe it, this week. It doesn't always end well, I can tell you, but it certainly ends in some manner of fashion anyway. But the guys... Sorry, mate.
We're coming close to 2 by 2. Here we are, 3 wide. There you go.
3 wide into the chicane for the for the third to last time, I should say. Oh, they're almost 3 wide on exit as well. There was definitely 3 wide overlap there with Hendrickson, Otuga and Decker managing to get through. Decker beautifully out his car out the back so as not to get rear to nose contact there with Otuga, I think it was. And these guys still in a pack of 9, not willing to give an inch, let alone a mile there, Doug.
Yeah, but they're not giving an inch, but they're also not hitting each other. They're giving each other the minimum amount of racing room.
Sometimes a little bit less, as we saw up Campbell last time round. Well, let's see what they got this time as they excuse me, they exit Eau Rouge for the penultimate time. They're already 3 wide in the back as the big suck from the draft draws them in and draws them together. 3 wide at the moment. Oh, there's dust in the background, not a dust up. 4 wide in the midfield as Gardner looks up. Oh, it's got to be 5 wide, surely, as they compress in and they get through. My telemetry's going nuts with green and red and overtakes and reversals of positions. They're still 2 wide as they come through Lecom again. They're still 2 wide on the run down to Rivage on the penultimate time. If this is what the second last lap's like, mate, what's it going to be on the last lap?
That's going to be fairly crazy. I think Tim wisely decided to get in behind there at Lecom and just go, I'm just going to sit here and let you drag me around, because there was no point for him to be on the outside coming out on that exit. So, but yeah. Sam's in a great position. I think Sam's probably, if there's a dust up ahead, I think Sam's in a great position.
Yeah, the Cowboy is positioning himself, and he's just slowly eking his way forward. He's in 3rd this time round. There was a time he was sitting in 9th. He's just slowly and calmly worked his way forward as this time Farinas goes up the inside through the left-right chicane there at 12, 13. Very fast 3rd gear set of quarters now coming up into 14. And again, you need to nail the exit of 14 as much as any other quarter in the track. Next lap will be crucial because you are flat, full throttle from here to the end of the lap where it's all going to be sided. The next lap will be excitement, will be a mixture of that, chaos, battling, rivalry, all coming to the fore as these guys set themselves up for the final lap. Desperation about to take over Summers through Blanchimont for the second to last time. 3 wide into the chicane again. 2, 3 wide, 2 wide, 3 wide. Farina's around the outside. No surprises. Oh, hip and shoulder with, then into Devantia goes Oh, it was.
Yep, and he's given Adam a free run up the front.
Yeah, that's right.
It
It
was
was.
bump and grind, and Adams just said, "Thank you very much. I'm off to town."
Yeah, it was for no surprise. It was Faritas Hendrickson. Then Faritas made it 4 wide into the chicane there. Let's go see and take a look. What can we get here? So this was them coming into the final chicane. You can see 3 wide. Faritas will have a beautiful open braking line, briefly 4 wide, then 3. Oh, then the Cowboy had contact on the way in, and then with Hendrickson. And Hendrickson then came out into Farinas off the back of that, and Hendrickson back into the Cowboy, and it was Frattini and Farinas who came off second best there. Let's go see. They're up the Kemmel Straight for the final time. This pack a little bit thinned out. Miles taking full advantage of the drive that he got out of that incident. And then we've got Otuga and Hendrickson side by side behind, looking to grab second spot if they can. Hendrickson looking a little bit second hand there. What's going on in this second pack? Oh no, Nakajima's fallen off the back. Smithhurst now lone soldiering it. And we lost out of that, if you can believe it, Swarovski somewhere in that big incident as well. Tragedy for the head clown again. But it is Miles leading the way from Otuga, Hendrickson, Decker. Hendrickson will fancy his chances if as long as he doesn't have damage to the blue and orange Team Torpedo Mobile. Decker doing wonderfully in amongst all that chaos to sit in P4. He probably won't win it from there, and odds are that Miles will be swamped, but potentially if he takes the right line will be able to defend with a gaggle of skippies coming at him for the final one. But this front 4 looks to be fairly settled. Devantier hoping the action in front of him opens up an opportunity, as is Gardner. Both of them surviving, perhaps not unscathed from that incident through the final chicane last lap. But here we go. They've all sorted themselves. They've got their exits. What they've got is what they're going to get now. As Miles runs to the outside, looks to take the outside. Oh, but then Hendrickson swings out. They're going to go 3 wide through Blanchimont this time round. Miles has been swamped. Hendrickson around the outside. Otuga side by side. Can Miles come back at them? It is Decker then swinging to trying to get the inside. He's got to make room to get back on next to Miles. Miles lets him back on. Hendrickson leading the way side by side with Otuga. They come together. Oh, they'll go deep surely. Hendrickson hangs on to it. Otuga comes through. There's more. Otuga's round in the middle of them. Oh, there's chaos at the end there. Hendrickson gets through clean. Decker through to second. They're still trying to get across the line in the background. Crazy, says, I said it'd be chaos there. I think Devantier's going backwards across the line. What sort of chaos is that, Doug, when you see Devantier go backwards across the line at the end?
We figured it was good. We figured it was going to be chaos, and you were correct. So,
wowzers.
I think the move by Ortega was really impressive around the... I thought he would go inside and block, and then he went left, and he said, I'm going to hold this. But then just didn't quite work out. So anyway, very impressive. Great race. Good call, Alex.
That was chaos personified. Let's I want to see how Devantier ended up backwards just quietly. So we're covered. He's well off the back here, and then it's all just smoke and mirrors in front, and then he's just turned in on Miles, and then Gardner's come out and just turned him. I don't know what happened there, and then he's just slapped it into reverse, and that's how you finish it, folks. I reckon we might submit that one to the Not the Top 10. Oh, 2 of them. Gardner as well said, yeah, well, anything you can do, I can do at least maybe as good. I don't know. But
I think under most motor racing rules, if you engage reverse gear on the track, you're disqualified. Anyway,
I don't know. Well, I saw a few getting around Bathurst this weekend that did some reverse work, and one of them got beached and all that. Anyway, it is what it is.
He drove in first gear in the wrong direction. But anyway, it's good. It was a great race.
I'm pretty sure
that was fun.
I'm pretty sure I saw some reverse. Anyway, whatever. We saw some reverse here tonight. I think there's a Not the Top 10 in there somewhere. We'll see how that goes. But let's, for want of my usual overlays, folks, we got it done. If you are interested, there's this. I had a short notice because the thing didn't work tonight. I just grabbed iOverlay. iOverlay, if you're looking at new overlay software, they're doing things a bit different over there. It's quite polished for a beta bit of software, and it certainly helped out big time here tonight, so I thought I'd give them a plug. But as you see them on your screen at the moment, Hendrickson took it out. He won by just over half a second from Jeff Decker. Daniel Otuga raced the wheels off it. He came in third. Adam Miles there in P4 did fantastically well through all that mess. Akira Nakajima-san, おめでとうございました。ご苦労様でした. He did fantastic work out there to finish with a top 5 finish. I'm sure you can't wipe the smile off his face. Patience and Luxor Fortune there, setting his fastest lap there at the end. And taking out his maiden top 5 finish. The Cowboy, first driver that I can remember, taking a top 10 finish, almost top 5 in reverse. Well played to the Cowboy. Dario Fantini, of course, coming unstuck the previous lap in that chaos at the chicane for the penultimate lap. He's finished in 7th. Smithhurst, who I'm pretty sure was almost facing the wrong way at one time, perpendicular across that very chicane at earlier stages in the race. He's finished in P8. Neil Gardner, Captain 499, the second of 2 cars finishing the race in reverse tonight. Neil's finished in P9. Lawson Bandini, who I think may have made his debut here tonight, one of several. He's finished with a top 10 finish. Nico Sanders certainly did make his debut tonight, finishing in 11th. Adrian Farinas Rodriguez, after, again, the penultimate lap incident, he's finished in the last point scoring position for SNL in 12th. Aid Allen on debut in 13th. Anthony Pang on debut in 14th. Jason Willman started without qualifying, as he is sometimes known to do. Finished the race in 15th. Yannick Morale down there in 16th after his mid-race incident. Adrian Brook on debut in 17th. Yerne Zorek, similarly, all the way down in 18th. And poor old Vasco Sorosky, the head clown, all the way down there in 19th there, Doug. Not what he was looking for, that's for sure.
Yeah, surprising, Alex, because I thought he got through all that rubbish, Vasco, but clearly something happened, something broke. But really impressive to watch, the control. Nakajima coming in 5th. That's fantastic to see the Japanese guys back again. So anyway, pretty exciting race. We expected rubbish at the last corner, and you got it in spades. So a great telecast, Alex. Well done.
Oh, well, we'll see how we go, mate. Don't say great until you watch it back. I'm just trying to figure out manual controls and get some footage. And anyway, we'll see how we go. Let's see if we can't find. Oh my gosh, there's a list of them in there. We'll start with the race winner, Mr. Tim Hendrickson. If I can find a decent angle of him, as I struggle to do so.
I don't think there is a good angle of me.
Oh, mate, I got it. I think I've got it now. I'm working. I'm working with different equipment here tonight. Oh no, Pim, you've killed me with the camera angle, Pim. Anyway, that'll do. All right, mate. That was all kinds and flavors and colors of chaos there. Your fair share of bumps and bruises, and came out on top, mate. Tell us a bit about the story of your night.
It was a very spa race. Lots of silly drafting and lifting and silly too wides and people sending it into the final chicane and giving you some net coding you into some other net code and then hitting you some. Oh, it was very spa.
Yeah, it had a bit of spa about it. 9 deep until the penultimate lap there. Plenty of moving around. I mean, strategy-wise, mate, tell me about strategy. Like, where do you want to be? Or is it just a matter of, there's a bit of chaos at a couple of spots each lap and you just play the cards you dealt?
It's tough because in general, the leading car has the first say in what sort of line they want. However, that's not always beneficial as the guys behind have way more speed coming into the overtaking zones. So from my point of view, it's more a throw of the dice than anything. It's making sure that you're not in a bad position, but I don't think you can ever guarantee a good position on this track. So it's just hoping people do what you want them to do, and then hoping you don't catch some net code or something that puts you off the line you want to be, and pray for the best.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It's an interesting circuit. It has its popularity and its fans, and regardless of that, mate, and another win for you tonight. Congratulations. We saw Mr. Jones in a couple of different colours this week. Any stories
Yeah.
there?
Well, apparently he got bored of his paint, so he decided to try some other random paint, some other Team Torpedo paints. He's a free spirit. He does what he pleases.
Yeah, that's it. Well, hopefully what he pleases is to join us here on Sunday nights, because it's always great to see.
Very disappointed.
Yeah, I know. Always great to see a couple of torpedoes out there at least. Anyway, mate, congratulations on the win tonight. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Oh, they're great for showing up.
Perfect.
It wouldn't have been possible without other cars on the track.
Yeah, there is that. And it is, in all seriousness, shout out to the guys who turn up each and every week, who help us put on, one of the greatest shows going around. So thanks, Tim. Congratulations on the win again, mate. I hope we can see you out there again soon.
See you, lads.
Nice work, Tim.
There you go, Doug. That was Mr. Hendrickson, who, put it all on the line there a few times. He did pretty well to come out on top. Luck's a fortune, as they say. He had a bit of that, but you got to be there to take advantage of it at the same time.
I think he learned a little bit in the previous race. I think he got foxed out a little couple of times, and he changed his strategy in this race, that little tiny amount, and that's what brought him to the front and kept him there. So well done.
Yeah, that's it, mate. All right, let's grab Mr. Decker. I'm going to try and find him on the screen. Hang on. Where is he? I know him when I see him, because he's got, there we go, that beautiful paint scheme there. Mr. Decker, welcome to Top Split TV, mate. That's a big bundle of chaos out there, but you've come out pretty well there in P2. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. I had to help, Tim clear Otuga there, so he gave him a little love tap at the final chicane, and I guess just things worked out. It was nice.
Yeah, that's it, mate. You're up pretty late, or is it pretty early over there?
Yeah, it's like it's almost 3 a.m. now, so I'm gonna be going to bed real soon.
Yeah, I can imagine, mate. Well, we've seen you a couple of times this season, which is great. The first one didn't go so well, and then we've culminated with a podium finish here tonight again with a nice P2. Hopefully, there's more in store for you. Any plans to join us on somewhat of a regular basis? Well, 3 a.m. it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much. I mean, I can definitely tell how off I am when it comes to qualifying. A track like this where you can stay in draft and stuff like that, it's kind of easy just to get in the zone and chill for a bit. But yeah, I think 2:15 start time isn't the best for me. I'm a sleepy boy by then. But it's been good fun. Like last week was awesome. Belle Isle, you got to do it. And then I kind of just said, why the heck not this week? It's a great group of guys to always race with. So if I can join and I'm feeling up to it, I'll do it. But it's tough to make a habit of it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate, and appreciate you making the effort. Can I just say, as you brought it up, Belle Isle, I was going to try and make a highlight, mate. That move you put on the over-under at I think it was turn 5, that left-hand. Mate, mate, that was a specky. That was an absolute, mate. I'll put that down, one of, if not the move of the season, and it'll be tough to beat, mate. Well done. That was great.
That was you talking about the one on Enzo?
Yeah.
I was like, he's just sending it, man. I'm just gonna cut him back real hard, and it worked out because he was aggressive all race that race, and I think we lost a ton of positions for the fighting, but it was fun, frustrating but fun. But that one felt good for sure.
Oh, mate, I don't know if anyone's ever seen. I don't know. I'm a UFC fan, and I watched Ronda Rousey fight when she lost the title for the first time, and she just had that moment where it looked like she'd broken her ankles on a basketball court. The move was so good. That's what it felt like, mate. It just, it was a specky one. But anyway, I thought I'd bring it up while you're here. Congratulations, mate. P2, fantastic effort, great result. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Just you guys and the whole community, honestly. Like the reason why I come back and do this and hang out with you guys and stuff is like the broadcast is awesome. You're awesome. The whole Skippy community is good fun. It's a bunch of really cool people to just do races with and mostly respectful. Obviously there's beef, but this is some of the best racing you can get in all of iRacing when it's good. So I just want to thank all you guys for making it happen.
Beautiful, mate. Oh, I couldn't agree more, mate. Some of the action we've seen this season has just been outstanding. It's reaffirmed our choice and our decision to come back to the sacred home of Monday and Sunday Night Lights. So thanks again for making the big effort to come with us again this week, mate. Look forward to hopefully seeing you sometime soon.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
There you go, Doug. That was Jeff Decker. I don't know if you caught it last week, mate, but I think his move on Enzo last week actually tops the podium hit tonight. But I don't know. I just thought it was just the best move ever.
It was a cracker move, but I love that he's got that great positive attitude. You know, Americans tend to do that, but he's got a positive, strong attitude, and he's here to have a lot of fun. And interestingly, he says this is the best racing and iRacing he does. So it's great. Well done, you.
Yeah, that's it, mate. He does a fair bit of racing too. I'm just trying to remember. It's Elgato con La Petita, I think it is, on Twitch. Go check him out anyway. He does a fair bit of racing over there. Quality guy, quality driver as well.
Absolutely.
Let us grab Mr. Adam Miles. Adam, mate, she was a fair bit of chaos out there tonight. You've come away with P4. I get the impression, mate, from watching you around the place, you like things orderly and structured, and that's just not your kind of race out there, mate.
I mean, you can't come to Spa and expect single file racing, so it's different. There's space on the calendar for a couple of weeks a season like this, and you know, at the end of lap 7, beginning lap 8, I was thinking, I love Spa, this is great. But then that gap just only crept up to 0.9, and of course by the end of the Kemmel Straight it all disappeared. So bit unlucky at the end with some glue with Otuga. Looking at it back, it looks like I was trying to ram him off the road, but we were locked together, so they've clearly not fixed that properly. And yeah, a bit of a shame. I don't have any real complaints. The race wasn't too bad. It's just a little bit of netcode here and there with some people. So yeah, I mean, not the result I wanted, but also not the worst result in the world.
Nah, that's all right, mate. P4 in the big one is nothing to sneeze at. Of course, I know you're vying for championships and race wins and all the rest of it, so it's not really what you aim for either. So, like many, I'm sure each and every week you're turning up to win. And P4, whilst so many would be thrilled with, I know you just want more, mate, and that's cool. And that's what makes you and the other folks that turn up just put on the best show each and every week. So congratulations again, mate. Thank you for all you do for the community and for us here on a Sunday night by racing so well. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Yourselves, as always, Alex, Doug. Looking forward to watching the broadcast back. And yeah, congratulations to Tim on the win, Jeffrey for second, and yeah, everyone who's turned out this week. Hopefully everyone will stick around for Barber. I'm sure they won't, but they definitely should.
That's
Love
it.
your work, Adam.
Yeah, thanks, mate. All right, Adam. Talk to you soon, mate.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
All right. Whoop. Hang on. I've gone the wrong spot. There we go. Hello. I'm back.
You're back.
I pushed too many buttons. Anyway, we're back. That is about it for what has been a night of different kinds of chaos, amongst other things. I had to, about 10 minutes before the broadcast, find new overlays and configure and figure it all out and get it up there. And anyway, I think we got it half done anyway, mate.
Great work, Alex. The race was great. The 3, 4, 5 wide, fantastic. Spa is a special place for that draft. Adam is always a gentleman, so what a great race.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Well, of course, folks, you can find us in the Top Split Discord at the address on your screen at the moment. That's where all the news, views, results, all the everything to do with SNL is stored. The Top Split YouTube is where we are not only storing and the race recordings, we are streaming there live in 1440p these days, as well as our sacred home here on Top Split TV on Twitch, where we will be back next week, as Adam alluded to, from the great Barber. Can't wait to have a run through the Cascades there. Fantastically unique corner there, along with typical US undulations and elevation changes that you see there at Barber. Fantastic track, underrated, and a great one to race at. But Doug, thank you so much for your help here tonight, stepping in at the last minute when the Chaotic one brought his own brand of chaos on top of the overlay stuff. It was, it was one for the ages. But thanks to you, Doug. Any last thoughts, mate?
My pleasure to help out as always. Anytime, Alex. Your broadcasts are great. I look forward to Barber next week. I think it's a great track.
Yeah, it is, mate. It is fantastic stuff. All right, folks. Thank you as always for joining us at home and on the track for the broadcasts. If you go to the Top Split Twitch or YouTube, make sure you hit like, subscribe, thumbs up, all those things. It really does help us. The shorts have been fantastic lately, trying to find some action, bring it to a wider audience. But for now, folks, and until next time, on behalf of the great Doug Robson, I'm Alex McKellar, and I will say ciao for now.